everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I'm here today with Natalie.
Hi.
And Natalie has created a wonderful quilt for us today, and I can't wait to show it to you. I love it, Nat. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I went ahead and did a disappearing block
I
because
love
there's
the
so
disappearing
many
blocks.
fun ways to put them together and mix them up. And so I'm glad you're
And
here.
actually, when I looked at this, I couldn't tell it was a disappearing block. I had to really look at it, and so I love it. I love those surprise kind of blocks.
The other thing that I find interesting is it's a disappearing hourglass, but you'll notice there's a lot of pinwheels on it.
Yeah?
And so you look at it and you initially think, oh, it's a disappearing pinwheel, but nope. It's the hourglass.
It's the hourglass.
So it's going to be fun.
It is.
So to make this quilt, you're going to need one package of 10-inch pre-cut squares in a print fabric, and we used Kindred by One Canoe Two for Moda Fabrics. You're going to need a 10-inch pre-cut of background squares and a little bit of border yardage, 5/8 of a yard for your inner border. For your outer border, you're going to need 1 yard and 1/8.
It's so pretty.
And it
that border.
It is really fun. So yeah, the border is 5 inches. Inner border's 2.5, and we use the same fabric on the back because it's just so beautiful. Look at that.
It's so pretty. I love that.
Quilted it with Baptist fan,
How big does it end up?
and this quilt ends up being 76 inches square.
And now it's a disappearing block, but what did you name it? Because we have
I
to
called
give
it
them names.
Disappearing Hourglass Starry
I love that
because it
Starry.
makes pretty little starry.
It does.
Like
Seriously, guys,
friendship.
naming quilts is probably one of the hardest things we do.
Yes. So what jumped out to me were these cute little friendship stars that come together
Oh,
here
I
in the
didn't even
corners.
notice those. Aren't those darling?
Yep, so there's one here. There's
Aw.
cute little friendship stars.
That's why it's starry.
Yeah.
Well, let's show them how to make this.
All right, it's super simple. So the first thing we're going to do is grab a background and a print square, and we're going to sew them together right sides all the way around the outside edges.
Ooh, can I sew?
You can.
I can sew, but
So excited
may
to
I
sew.
sew?
I love that. Go for it.
it's my joy. Now, the reason I'm on
right.
here with Natalie today is we've been having some fun with the disappearing block. And actually, little sneak, can I sneak it out?
Yeah.
So next year's quilt is all going to be based on disappearing blocks. And so we
Oh, next year's
did the year's block,
block
of the month. Yes.
Yeah.
So we
this
came
is
up
a
with something
huge
really
sneak
cool.
peek. I thought you were sneak peeking something else.
No, I'm sneak peeking that. But here's what I wanted to show you is that because I love the disappearing blocks and you love them, we came up with a ruler set that is specifically for the disappearing blocks.
It's going to make life so easy.
Just watch it. So we have this 4-inch by 15-inch ruler.
Well, first we're going to cut this diagonally both directions to get our 4 half-square triangles. And then these rulers get really handy.
Yes, and you can use them either way, whatever way you like. But I would not have cut those into fourths. I would have just set my ruler on here because this line goes on your stitch line and you trim it.
Okay.
And it works perfectly, and you cut off the lines. I mean, off the corners. So
you wanted to do it even easier.
even easier.
All right. Well,
Yeah, so watch. So she's just going to have to trim on one side right there. And then you can, your little dog ears, you don't even have to find a slit. You just do it.
that's right. So that one's ready to go.
But if you rather, you know, for people who like the,
I'll press it back.
yeah, I'll do two. I'll do one of these so you can see this one. So literally we're just going to put the stitch line, our stitch line on their stitch line. And we're going to pull it over to the edge. So you're literally cutting off one side like this.
You're right. We could have cut them straight out of the layer cake.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't even think of it.
Yeah, and then this one, Natalie likes to square with the diagonal down the center. And so here, I'll press this one for you.
Awesome. Okay. All right, so I've got the dashed line lined up right on the seam line, and my corner is pretty straight, so I'm just going to cut this one side. So anytime you're doing squaring a half square triangle, you just want to make sure that the line stays on your seam in the middle, and that will keep your points going straight into your corners just how they're supposed to.
And
this
block
is exactly the right size.
Yes, it gets
for
squared
all
to
of the,
6 1/4.
Right.
That's the other reason. Anytime it's kind of a little bit of an odd size, then you want to make sure that you have a good tool that you can use. So they're 6 1/4. And the other thing, in the first disappearing hourglass tutorials that I did, literally I never squared anything. I would say it's going to be 6 and a bit. 6 and a skosh. You're just going to move that ruler just a little bit, and now it's all science and figured out and mathed for you. And so even the tools make it so much easier. And so there's 2 ways you can use this ruler, which I always love that. It works for both brain ways.
So we are going to make the hourglass block now. We'll go ahead and put that together.
Okay.
And set in basically a 4 patch.
Yep. So 2 colors in, 2 whites in.
Yep.
And that one.
The tools really do make everything so much easier. This is just about the easiest squaring template I've ever seen.
I love it. I just love it. And I have a tutorial coming up that is also a disappearing block.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a piece of cake to make them. I was just like, this is so awesome. I think as far as creativity goes, it's just going to open up so much what ifs for people.
Well, it does just do the one size, the 6 1/2 size, but it's so great for it.
Well, and it's based off the 10-inch square because that's what we sew with all the time, our pre-cuts.
Yeah.
So that's why it's this size, is because for us it's based on the 10-inch square. So if we said 6 1/2, we meant 6 1/4?
Yeah.
We meant 6 1/4. So you're going to want to give it a good press, make it nice and flat.
This fabric is so nice.
It's so pretty.
All right, now comes the fun part. So this ruler is exactly 4 inches wide, which is so great because we're going to be cutting these into 4-inch segments.
4-inch blocks.
So you can lay that center line right on your seam line, and you've got a cut on this side and a cut on that side. So just ready to go.
You want me to cut on the other side? You don't even have
Yes.
to move the ruler.
We'll do a righty-lefty switcheroo.
That's right. There we go.
All right, now we've got to go this way. Which way's easier for you? For me, it's this top.
okay, do
Is the
the
bottom easier for you?
I usually turn the whole block.
Well, let's see if we can just
All right, just do it.
go this way. Because we don't have our little...
Oh, here I can go this way. Let's see. Keep it line on the center line. This feels very weird
That's
to
a
me.
little odd of
Yeah.
an angle for you, but we got it done.
We did.
All right.
So now you should have 9 blocks that are all the same size.
That's right, and now comes the fun part. We get to mix it up.
And I have no idea how she did this.
Okay, so this is the block that we're going for.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
very cute. They're all the same. So we're going to just lay this up here, and what we'll do is we'll put our 4 patch down here in the bottom corner.
Okay.
This guy gets swapped with him and turns up. And this guy
I see this pattern right here with the
goes over.
the solid blocks go.
Hold up.
Am I messing you up?
No. I am messing myself up because I'm trying to getting ahead of myself.
I just
so
saw
that one
this
goes
4
up.
patch right here.
Yep. Yep. This one makes
Oh,
a
the
little
little
4
corners
patch.
go
All the
out.
corners go out. There we go. And then we've got our 4 patch down here, and all of these line up. So we have this little line up here, and then our little pinwheels get made with these blocks coming together.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that is the starry layout.
Let's show them how this is in the quilt.
Okay, so this actually rotates around a bit in the quilt. We've got our 4 patch going up here, and then on this side it goes down and then up and then down. It just rotates back and forth all the way along. And then this next one, it starts going up and rotates down, and then goes up and down.
Cool. Do you want me to sew this one
Up
together?
and down. That would be great. I would love that.
All right, so I'm going to sew it in columns.
Okay.
So I'll do this first one. Yeah, do it how your brain works for you. If you want to do it in rows, do it in rows. I would suggest that you cut one and sew one. If you cut them all and you have all these little pieces, you will not probably.
You don't really want to mix up your blocks because your cuts aren't always going to be exactly exact. It's just hard. You can't get it perfect every time.
I don't know. I feel like this ruler takes a lot of the guesswork out of it.
It totally does, but I still side with cut a block, sew a block, just because you'll keep your pieces together. You know you've got the same, the right amount of pieces with the right different backgrounds and all that jazz.
And then I would also suggest that when you finish a block, keep it right there. Make sure it's right, and then keep it right there.
If you keep it close, you can look at them and make sure they're all coming out the right way. And you'll notice there's a few things on here, like these points don't match, like they're offset on purpose. These ones as well, so don't worry about that.
That just means you don't have to be exact.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it's not meant to match up. So I just wanted to point that out in case anybody was thinking, oh, it's not coming together right, I did something. It's not meant to. This is how it's supposed to look. But really, it's just that simple. The rest is just in laying it out how you want. And we did kind of a fun gradient with the color placement, but you can mix and match your colors. A scrappy look would be good. A 2-color quilt would be pretty in this fabric.
Oh, 2-color would be awesome.
Yeah.
We don't make enough of those.
I know. We work a lot with the pre-cuts, and so they all end up being very scrappy, but 2-color quilts are so fun.
I think you're going to work on some of that next year, aren't you?
I might. I've thought about it a lot. I like that idea.
Yeah, I like that too.
All right, let's just make him flat.
And then you could show how they
Yep, so if we've got this one starts up like that in the top corner, and then this guy goes down here in the bottom. And you're just gonna stitch those together, and then you'll see this spot right here is where you get that little
the friendship
star. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It just creates in all the little corners.
I love that.
And then you make this almost like a little bow tie block with your 4 patches and your
it's almost just
like a little bow tie and a
hidden
little
fun things. There's a little flying geese in there.
Cute little pinwheels that they don't have their side seams, but it looks like a traditional pinwheel from far back.
It's very cool. I love how it all came together. And
I think it's really fun.
And honestly, see how the Baptiste fan, it makes it almost look scallopy.
It does kind of have a little scallop on that top edge.
I like how the quilting fell just perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. Great job, Nat.
I believe we've got 36 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that 36. Is just because I wanted the layout to look a certain way, and I may have had some light blocks that that didn't work. So
no, that makes a great quilt.
So, yeah.
How
I
big
think
is
it's
it
super
again?
cute. It's 76 inches square, and again, I called it Disappearing Hourglass Starry.
Starry.
So it's super fun.
So thanks for joining us today for this tutorial on the Disappearing Hourglass Starry from Natalie and I and the Missouri Star Quilt Company.
Thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it inspired your creativity. And guys, we're at almost 1 million quilters strong in our community. So if you know of anybody that you think might like to join us and learn quilting with us, bring them on in, put your arm around them, and tell them to subscribe to our channel so that we can all learn and grow together.